Be Safe is a proactive safety campaign for seafarers. This video aims to raise awareness of safety issues when preparing to work on deck in adverse weather. What can be considered adverse weather depends upon the ship type, freeboard, the relative strength and direction of wind and sea. If in doubt, assume that the weather is adverse and act accordingly. A detailed voyage plan or personal experience can predict where bad weather can be expected. However, the best way to predict adverse weather is receiving regular and accurate weather forecasts. When adverse weather is expected, the company's heavy weather checklist should be followed. This should involve completing any tasks on deck. Common areas to check include securing the anchors, ensuring vent and hatch covers are closed, lashing loose items, and checking and retightening cargo securing. Lifelines should be rigged in areas where safe access is limited but may still be required. Working on deck in adverse weather has many risks for crew. Crew can lose their footing and fall, be knocked off their feet, thrown against the ship's structure, or washed overboard. Crew can also be crushed by shifting cargo or equipment. Injuries sustained on deck or crew lost overboard are much harder to treat or recover in adverse weather conditions compared to normal weather. Access to external decks should be prohibited during adverse weather unless authorized by the master. Consider posting signs at access points and informing all crew that deck access is not allowed without permission. Working on deck in adverse weather should only be carried out if absolutely necessary, for the safety of the ship and crew. If access to external decks is necessary, this must be properly planned, supervised, and executed safely. The planning stage should include a risk assessment conducted by a competent person who understands the work being assessed. Ideally, the crew members who'll be doing the work should be involved in this assessment. The first step in the risk assessment process is to identify hazards along with their likelihood and severity, with particular attention to the following: water on deck, vessel motion, lack of communication with the work party, unsafe access to the work site, inadequate lighting and visibility. Once the potential hazards have been identified, the risks should be evaluated and suitable control measures implemented. These control measures may include adjusting the vessel course and speed if possible to minimize the effects of the weather and provide shelter for the crew members. Providing waterproof handheld radios to crew, using underdeck passages, raised walkways, or connecting to lifelines with safety harnesses to access the worksite, accessing the deck during daylight whenever possible, or switching deck lighting on. A toolbox talk should be held immediately before starting work. The limits of the work should be clarified, and abort criteria should be agreed with the crew. Don't take chances. The bridge officer must be involved in this briefing and be aware of the agreed communication method. The work party must consist of at least 2 people. Ideally, they should be visually monitored throughout, but at a minimum, radio communication must be maintained. The workers should be equipped with appropriate gear for the climate, including waterproof or warm weather clothing. They should also wear a life jacket suitable for working on deck, a safety harness capable of connecting to lifelines or the ship's structure, head protection, and adequate footwear. The priority is to return to safety as soon as possible. Once the task is completed, crew should return and avoid the temptation to do other tasks. Adverse weather is a reality of working at sea. While it's often possible to remain inside during bad weather, there are times when the crew will have to work outside. This work is hazardous, but with the correct planning, procedures, and PPE, it can be done in a safe and controlled manner. For further information on this or any marine safety or risk-related topic, please email lossprevention@tyndallriley.com.